What's up there, guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. So as you can see, we're back at the spooky old house, the house with the beehive, as some will remember, and also the house where I found 26 marbles. So we, as you can see, we got old mate Brando out here today, and Brando's going to help me dig and find some marbles. So what our plan is, the grass is a little bit too long to be doing detecting, so what our plan is to get back inside the house there and have a bit of a look around. And as you can see, it's not too hot a day, so hopefully those bees stay away. Righto, so we're in the house. I'm showing Brandon around, and basically we're having a look for bottles and marbles and coins and everything. But you know what I'm like with my marbles and my bottles, and well, I can't help myself. I got in here, I got the torch today, and look what I found. Heap of bottles. But you know what's really cool? Well, not really cool. Most of them are broken in there. However, check this baby out. We just pulled this one out. I managed to get him out with a stick. And he's an old olive oil bottle. Old blue one. Look at that. I'll just give him a rub there. Look at that. You know, for years I have been walking around picking up little bits of broken blue glass, and I've never ever found one of these bottles complete. Well, there it is. We've got one. Finally got one. And he's complete too. What an absolute pearler. And there's a few more bottles in here too, you'll see. Let's you can see what I'm kneeling on. You're right, mate, I got it. So we're just showing you back in through here, and you can see there's a couple other really nice bottles. Those two there, not the two here that are broken, but the two up the back there, they're the ones that we're going to try and work for next. So the one to the left, he looks very promising, and both look to be intact, so stay tuned, we're going to dig them out. Righto, so here we are, we've got the next one out. He's coming out right now, and bugger, he's a snaps bottle, and look what someone's done to him. They've taken the top off him. What a shame, what a waste. So they've cut the top off him, almost like for a drinking glass. Aromatic schnapps. What a ripper. He'll still clean up, quite nice, and we will display him. Wow, look at that, embossing right the way around. What a shame, what a shame. I really wish he had been complete. Anyway, next to the other one there, and we've still got one more to come out. You can see him at the back there, and he looks like he might be complete. However, that's what I just figured about that last one, and it wasn't. So I'll try and get him out and see what he's like. Okay, so the next one's out, and wouldn't you know it, top's been broken off this one too. Bugger, bugger. He's just one of those concave beer bottles. He's actually got some writing on the base. So there you go. Try to do this one-handed. N & Co. N & Co. He's got some Roman numerals or markings on that side, X111. So bugger, bugger. Wonder why he was breaking and cutting them. I suppose at least he didn't attack this one, the best one. Oh, that looks cool when I do that. Very nice. Wait till I get him out in the sun. Righto, we're outside now, as you can see, and look at that bloody pearler of a bottle. What a cracker. I cannot wait to go and give this a clean when I get home. As I said, I've been after one of these for years. So anyway, the other one here was the aromatic schnapps. Had trouble saying that then. And we got Scheidham. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, to be honest. Aromatic schnapps though. Pity he's cut at the top. That's a real shame. What I didn't show you either is we found a few more marbles. We've got a little Bennington there. Nice old clay marble. So he's pretty old, that one. So is the Bennington. I'd say the Bennington would be the oldest. He'd be sort of mid to late 1800s. And we also had an old cat's eye. So he would be sort of probably 1920s, 1930s onwards. So really interesting to find, you know, such an old one, later made one, and you know, 1930s, 40s, probably made in America, that guy, whereas these two would have been probably made in Germany. Anyway, we got a 2 cent, 1 cent coin, the old Kia Aura bottle top lid. It was in really good condition, so I thought I'd save it. 2 corks to go in some of my bottles at home, some 2 nice glass stoppers. This one's really cool, so you can see the design on him. This little guy, and I found a little baby. He's armless, he's got no arms, which is good, and you won't be able to be grabbing stuff and pulling stuff down like most babies do. And we also got this little pot here too, a little pot lid, I don't know. We're having a day today. We walked up to the water trough while we have a coffee to wash our hands and rinse them off in the water trough. Basically, noticed all this stuff that a rabbit or something had been digging out here. You see all this? It certainly wasn't me. And you see the glass that he's been digging out amongst it with it. Anyway, I thought it is glass, it's generally bottles. That's where it comes from. And lo and behold, we look back behind the rock. We've got 2 more bottles. So nothing too old. This one's cool. What is he? A Bonington's Irish Moss. Oh, it'd help if I actually show you. A Bonington's Irish Moss cough and cold syrup. That's a cool one. I love the embossing. Any bottle with embossing is very cool. So coughs and cold syrup bottle. Let's see if we can find a few more. Brandon's starting to pull a few rocks back now. He's getting excited now. So we'll put them there safely, and we'll see if we can't find a few more buried in this stack of rocks. Right, so old Eagle Eye Luke, he's got 2 more bottles and an old leather shoe. However, coffee kettle will be boiled, so we're going to come back to these after we have a coffee. Stay tuned. Look at that day. What a bloody perler. Look at the sky. Overcast day, but no rain, no wind today. Absolutely perfect. So anyway, we are nearly finished with Mickey. No one pick on my cup. I like big cups, makes me feel like a big boy. So anyway, we're nearly finished with Mickey, and we're going to go up and dig out those bottles, see if we can't find a few more. I said to Brandon too, I dare say each one of those sort of rock barriers and trees where the tree and rock barriers are, like this sort of guy here, we might just poke around inside and try and find a few more bottles, because I dare say where there's one, there's more. Righto, so we're back into the scratchy bush, and we're going to try and get these bottles out without breaking them. Oh, we might have 3. We might have more. Hell. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Oh, here's a beauty, intact, and with the lid on him still. So look what else we got. Old sauce bottle. Rosella. I found a few of them now. And pick them a mile away. So the old Rosella sauce bottle. This one looks like an old jar. A broken jar too. Looks like a Fowler's. Oh, Brandon's found a bottle. Look out. We'll go over and see what he's got. So we'll leave them there, and we'll go over and get my foot out of there. We'll go over and check what Brando's got. So like I was just saying, any of these rock barriers will contain bottles, because it's a good spot to throw bottles and disguise and hide them. So, and you can see the bricks in that there too. You know, bricks are a bit of a dead giveaway. So that one's not too old. He's an old beer bottle. Another old beer bottle. I've got another little one here, Brandon. So there you go, heaps of glass. And another bottle, half a bottle there. Another little bottle there. So there you go. That's where they've been discarding and throwing all their plates and what have you. So we might even get the pick out and give her a bit of a dig up here and see if we can unearth a few more. Who knows, there might even be a few marbles in here. Right, so we've got another couple of bottles. They just keep popping out. This one's a Woods Grape Peppermint Cure for coughs and colds. And then we had this other little one here too. Nothing too special. He's got the AGM, Australian Glass Manufacturer's stamp on the bottom. There, where is it? There. Little castle. Very hard to see. Right there, underneath my finger. Anyway, we're still going in here. And they just keep coming out. Okay, so what was I just saying? I was just saying keep an eye out for marbles. Look at this little bad boy. Woohoo! We got one. We got one. Old Eagle Eye Jack strikes again. Look at that. He's a swirl. He looks like a double or a triple curl swirl. He's got a few different colours going on in there. And you can see the little pontal on the end right there. And that tells me he's pretty old. That's where the glass would have been broken off. for them to make the next marble. So that's really cool. Another marble for the collection. We're just going to have to keep our eyes out as we scratch through here, see if we can't locate another one. Righto, so as you can see, we've got a few bottles out of here. We had to pull all the rocks out, get under that bush. Most of them were under the bush, and we've just put all the rocks back in so we don't get in trouble by the farmer. And basically this is what we managed to get out. So a few of those cough syrup bottles, as you've seen, the old brown bottle there, a few glass stoppers, a bit more mosaic glass to use. And this piece is really cool. Had an old stirrup. That is very, very cool. I'll have to go home and soak him in some molasses and see if he can come up and be put on display. And we also had part of the old rabbit trap. So you can see that's where you would have pulled him down, stood on him to load him, and the head, the actual trap itself, the jaws would have been at the front there, clamp, to grab something. So missing all the front piece, but anyway, and missing the hook and pin that would lock it in place. So basically secure it into the ground. So anyway, very, very cool. What we're going to do though now, Brandon's got his trusty digging tool that he found in the rubbish pit there. So we're going to dig out a few more bottles, and we're hoping basically to dig out this section now and this back area, and then we're going to get, oh, that's a tree, and then we're going to get back over to the next rock barrier and do some more there. And as I just said to Brandon, what's to say all these other rock barriers did not contain bottles and dumps also. So and as you can see, for whatever reason, they got a peppercorn over the back there. Don't know why that's planted. It looks pretty old too. If the house is there, why would you have a peppercorn way down the back? So we're also going to walk over and have a look what's going on with that peppercorn tree, why it's there. Right, so we're around the back side now. All I've done is moved 2 rocks and a brick, and look at what we have waiting for us. So that's basically what is presented in front of us as we move a few rocks and bricks, and with a simple scratch away we get to reveal it all. And hopefully there's another marble or 2 in here, so we just got to keep our eyes peeled, that's all. Anyway, we're going to dig all this out, and we'll come back and give you a look at what we've got. Righto, we've got it opened up and we've got a few bottles out. So hard work, hard going. You just got to scrape through all this sort of stuff, and we haven't found any more marbles yet, unfortunately. And don't worry, I've been trying. However, we do have all these bottles here, so we did really well so far, and we've got some real cracker bottles. So very, very happy, and we're going to give it a clean up when we get home and give you a look. Right, back to normal. Yes. Normal-ish. And look, we have permission to do this, but we are going to get back here. We're only just mucking around today, and as I said, we do have permission. However, we are going to get back here, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull out every single rock. We're going to get a big plastic bucket, and we're going to put every single glass scrap in that plastic bucket, and we're going to dig out the rest of these bottles, because I'm sure there's plenty that we've missed in there as we've just sort of been pulling it out and spotting the easy stuff. So this is what we got though for that round. So pretty good day. As I said, we end up putting the detectors down, and it's turned into a bottle hunting day now, not a detecting day. So we've got the old Rosella Preserving Co. A couple of those bottles, quite nice, very nice. The Rosella on the front, no namer, and we've got a couple of what are these? Embelf. I haven't really read them properly. I've just sort of been pulling them out. Digging like a crazy man. So Embelf, a couple of them, a couple of little insignificant bottles there. The old Holbrook & Co. Unfortunately, I pulled this one out complete. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of pressure there at some stage and he's split. Bit of a shame, but anyway, beautiful bottle. Holbrook & Co. And we had this other one here too. It was the Angus & Co. PTY Ltd. So ripper. So we are now going to put these in the car, and we're going to hit up the next rock barrier. So stay tuned, more bottles to come. Okay, so here's that big peppercorn tree that I was speaking about before, and Brandon and I wandered over here just to check if there was any bottles, or sort of same situation as what was going on over at that other peppercorn tree. But not to be. There's no bottles here, Buster. So we'll go back over to this other one And what we're going to do is we're going to quickly have a look through this other tree, the rocks and what have you, see if we can find a few more bottles. And then we're going to make our way back inside the cottage, try and look for a few more marbles, and then get out of here. So finish up for the day, make it a wrap up. Okay, so here we are, we're back home, and as you can see, we had a ripper of a day yesterday. So we are the next day, and we spent all night last night basically cleaning up and also doing a little bit of research on some of these other pieces that we saved. Look, these will probably, I won't do much with these, they might go on display. However, it's nice to know a little bit of research about some of the items you're digging up, regardless whether they're intact or broken. So like this fella here, which we'll get to him anyway. So we'll take you through and show you what we got. We'll start from the insulators. So we've got a few nice old insulators, and I've dug a few of these up in the past before. This one's beautiful, look at the colouring, absolute cracker, love him. So and they're generally found on the old houses, on the old telephone lines. So really cool, keep your eyes out, and they're very collectible. We've got a bit of glass here. Basically this glass, I'll just save some of the nicer pieces, and it will be used for a big mosaic one day. However, I've got quite a collection, so I better get started on it, because otherwise I'm going to, it's just one of those things that I'll say I'll do, I'll never do. So anyway, I will make a start on that soon. I'm going to make a big tabletop. So it's going to look really nice. Anyway, we've got the old padlock here, and this was found digging up in the rubbish dump there. So obviously discarded. The old belt buckle, same thing, discarded as they went. Another old buckle here, probably off a horse tack saddle. This little guy here, he's really cool. He's got like a horseshoe design going on as the buckle. Very cool. Another little horseshoe here, just a baby one. A big guy here, he's probably off an old Clydesdale or something. That's huge. So, and these are all found in the rubbish dump. As you've seen, we end up putting the detectors away and digging out the rubbish dump. So the old stirrup, very cool. As I said, I'm going to put him in a bathtub of molasses and hopefully reverse a bit of that rust, put him on display. So great piece. Take you through, we had the old Kia Aura bottle top lid, cordial lid, great condition, so I thought I'd save him. Normally you find them, they're all squashed and dinted, and look at the enamelling on him still, perfect. So the little inkwell bottle, now this is a really special piece. I thought he was an Angus & Co, but he's not, it's a WT & Co. So very cool piece, and you actually still see where the ink pen's been going in the quill, and basically it's left residue ink in there. So and you can see the little shoulders each side where you'd lay your pen. How cool's that? Love it. A few corks. I always save these if I can, because look, they can go in the bottles, back in the bottles, and it always helps to clean them. So I generally fill them with sand and rocks and shake them up and down, so it always helps to clean them. So a few of these nice glass stoppers, a few perfume bottle stoppers. These are very nice. This guy is here, very cool, still got the cork attached to him, and look at the colouring. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. We had the little Eno's fruit salt. Did a little bit of research. So it says prepared by Eno's patent, and as you can see, he's got the pontil on the back there on the top. That's where the glass would have been broken off during the moulding, the blowing process, the glass blowing process. So very cool piece. And look, all these bottles, from what research I did, all these sort of bottles, and it dates the site perfectly, all sort of early 1900s. So very cool. Anyway, whoa, we're knocking stuff around. Anyway, we've got a few more glass stoppers. Little tiny bottle here, don't know what was him. He might have just been a little perfume bottle. 2 and a 1 cent coin. Little baby, no arms. Another little jar here. You know, this is really cool too. He's not that old, probably 1930s or so onwards, with that AGM, Australian glass makers, Australian glass manufacturers I should say, stamp. I always call them makers. Anyway, cool to find him intact though, because they are normally always broken. Always see them, but they're always broken. Anyway, my favourite pieces, the marbles. Now, we come across these three just scouting around and having a look inside, and basically found them in the floor there. So really cool, and that's why you keep your eyes open. So the first one here is a little brown Bennington, and basically that's a little German handmade marble. Very, very cool. You can see a little eye in the top there where the glazing hasn't reached. Basically that's where he would have been sitting, and as they glazed during the glazing process, that little eye would have been created due to it sitting down or sitting up against another marble. We had the little clay one here next. So this is a little clay marble, a little bit of damage, which is to be expected. He's very old also. I'd date him sort of mid to late 1800s, same as the Bennington. And the last one here is a cat's eye. Pretty sure it's cat's eye. I think it is, yeah. I don't know the later marbles as well, like the acro agates and what have you. There's a lot of different names, but look at the crudeness in it. Look at the bubbles. How cool is that? He's probably, look, he's probably 1910 onwards, 1920s, something like that. And generally a lot of those cat's eye marbles, they were actually invented by the Japanese. The Japanese found a way to basically inject glass inside the marble. So, and then later on the Americans started mass manufacturing marbles. So we also had the little broken marble here. You can see here, not much left of him. And when we were digging the rubbish dump, look at this bad boy. He's a little spiral, and once again you can see a little pontil where he's been broken off the top, and the pontil is where, same as that glass stopper, the Eno's fruit salt glass stopper, pontil is where it's been broken off during the glass moulding process. So, and he's got a chip on the base. So look at him, would ya? What a cracker. And you know, I said when we started digging that bottle dump, we must keep our eyes out for marbles, because they generally discard them as well, whether they meant to or not. A lot of the times they did. The kids would grow up and move out of home, and marbles kicking around would just get thrown out. So very cool. Keep your eyes out, you do find them. We also had this little bead. You can see he's not a marble. He's got a little hole through the center, but look at that. What a cool piece. Anyway, Eagle Eye Jack, you just got to keep your eyes open. As I said to Brandon yesterday, anything that is not natural doesn't look like it should be there. You know, there's no straight shapes in nature. So anything that's not natural doesn't look like it should be there. It's probably something that you should take a good look at. Anyway, we're going to now talk about the bottles. Okay, so we'll start from right to left, and basically this guy here, you can see he's got beautiful colouring in him. However, he was stained with this black stuff you can see in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know what his contents once were. However, that black stuff that you see in there was also what was full in this old Rosella preserving bottle. So when we found him, he was black, and I've never found one of these, so that's what I presumed he was supposed to be. However, upon cleaning, he come up clear. So very, very nice. However, as I said, he's a nice 13 ounce too. I'll give you a better look at it, sorry. Look at that. Cracker. Beautiful bottle. And like I said, it's the same sort of stuff that's in this guy. That black sort of stuff, I cannot get it out. So we're going to keep trying, going to keep shaking, and try and get him all clean, because that has got beautiful colouring. Anyway, we'll go through. It's starting to rain a bit more, so we'll finish this up. We got the old Angus ink bottle. You can see there, contents made by Angus & Co. Propriety Limited, and just basically repeats itself over and over again down the bottom and on the base, and up the top. Trademark, trade by Angus, yeah. Very, very cool, nice embossing, and as I said, that was a ink bottle full of ink. So probably what end up filling up this little guy so they could use him. Anyway, we'll go through. We've got the Balf bottle. Very cool, very nice, and he cleaned up nice too. We dug two of them, so Brandon grabbed the other one. So I think he's cleaned it up. Got the old Woods Great peppermint cure for coughs and colds. Really nice little bottle once again, and got that really nice colouring about him. So, and look, I've dug up about a dozen of those now. Always happy to find more though, because look at them, and look at that's not raindrops on the glass. That is actually in the glass, and that's the crudeness of the way they used to make them. So they just could not get all that air, all the bubbles out. But I love it. I love it. Now, skip this bad boy. Oh no, let's show you actually. This I was going to leave till last, but this is my favourite bottle for the day. Now I did mention he was an olive oil bottle when I found him, and I knew better. I know he's a castor oil bottle. Father-in-law's been telling me about these for years. He's an avid bottle collector, and he had a few. And look, I've been picking up bits of blue glass in old house sites, goldfields, everywhere I go for years, and never found one, but I finally have. And look at him, what a perler, what a bloody perler. He, as I said, I was going to leave him till last because he's my favourite, that and the Rosella bottle, but he's a cracker. Can't help but show you. So anyway, we had the little Benningtons, Irish moss, there it goes. Boningtons, sorry, not Benningtons, Benningtons are marble. Bonington's Irish moss coughs and colds syrup bottle, same as the Woods, just a little coughs and colds syrup bottle. Very, very cool though. We've got a little no-namer here. He had nothing on him, but once again, he's probably a little coughs and colds bottle. Got a little amber bottle, very nice. Quite later, got the screw top on the top and the AGM on the bottom. This fella here, I'd say, look, I don't know what he was. I found a few of these, and a few of these different sizes too. So I don't know what he was, but we'll work that one out one day. Last of all, we'll just show you, we had the Holbrook & Co bottle, but guess what happened? Broke him. I broke him too. What happened was I was cleaning him, and I had him in the bucket laying down with a few other bottles, and I just happened to move the bucket, and as I moved the bucket, it fell over, and he was already weak. He had that weak point, maybe where a rock had been sitting on him or something, and that was the point that let go, and it just followed through, cracked the whole bloody thing off. Oh well, it does happen. It does happen. I always try and be extremely careful when cleaning bottles, but it's just the way it is. It does happen. We also found this guy here, and look, very, very, very nice bottle. This is what's called a pyro bottle, with the labelling on it. However, look what someone has done to it. And no, it wasn't me. Someone's taken a bite out of it. Anyway, here's what it is. We cleaned him up. We're going to keep him. We're going to put him on display because he's too good not to display. And he'd be sort of like 50s, I'd imagine, 60s. Yeah, 40s, 50s, something like that. I'm still learning with my bottles as I go. So anyway, we had the old aromatic schnapps bottle. Said it perfectly then. Yeah, aromatic schnapps bottle. Don't know what that size says. Rudolfo Wolfs, don't know. And Schiedam. Sounds German. Anyway, very cool bottle. Someone had hacked the top of it, as you can see. Real shame once again, but it is what it is. We had the Tricephalus for the skin and hair bottle, and this was basically, I'll put up a thing on the screen. You can read there. It was basically for just the normal stuff that they all ranted and raved on about back then. It fixes your skin and hair, or it cures diabetes, or it fixes leg gout or whatever. And the same as this fella here. Description up the top left there, and this is a Warner safe bottle. You can see the part of the bottom of the safe there, that'd be the legs of the safe of the picture, and as the bottle would have progressed up, there would have been the whole safe and everything. A beautiful bottle. You can see the picture there up above. Melbourne, Australia, London, England, Toronto, Canada, Rochester, New York, USA. So beautiful bottle. Unfortunately, someone had taken to him and hacked him again. So same as these three. They were yeah, a bit of a shame. And last but not least, same as this fella. Now this is what did I say? Clark's. I was going to say Carter's then. This is Clark's world famed blood mixture. Now, I did a little bit of research. What I'm going to do is going to read to you what I basically found. Now, this is a funny one. It had me intrigued, blood mixture. Unfortunately, he's broken up the top once again. It would have been a ripper bottle if he wasn't. Love that colouring to him too. Look at that. Absolute perler. God, such a shame. Anyway, it was claimed that this thing did everything. You know, it cured it all. And as you'll see in the picture there, it ranted and raved about being world famous and most sold and everything like that. Anyway, later on, basically, like a lot of cures, it was questionable what medical benefits were actually played into practice with this thing. So basically, the British Medical Association analysed Clark's product here, blood mixture, and in 1909, and revealed actually that the contents were only mainly water, a little sugar, and a minuscule amount of alcohol, and get this, traces of chloroform and ammonia. So how's that? Probably made you feel weird. Anyway, it was also calculated that the cost of making the ingredients of this bottle cost around 1 penny. However, it was sold for some 30 times that amount. So that would have been worth about 30 pennies back in the day. Unreal, unreal. There you go. So making a killing and probably killing people. But look, a lot of those sort of mixtures, if you look back into them, there wasn't enough limitations and rules and laws upon what these manufacturers and chemists, or even so-called chemists, were making at the time and putting out there. So basically, they got away with it. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. That's about a wrap up for us today. And as you can see, we had a ripper day. And get this, right, I didn't film anymore at the site because the landowner rocked up. And that's not a worry. Like, we had full permission to be there. But we sort of showed him a few of the bottles and that had come out, and sort of said to him what we'd done and how we'd found them. And he said, yeah, no worries, boys, that's fine. He goes, if you actually go up over the next barrier, there's an old well. He's put an old gate over it so the cows don't fall in. But he said there's an old well. He says probably bottles in there, and you're more than welcome to have a look. And he said there's also, over the next rock barrier, there's more bottles. So they've stashed more bottles under the tree, and the salt bushes have sort of grown up around them. So we sort of explained to him what we want to do again, and he's more than happy with it, more than fine with it. And he even led me on to another permission down the road and gave me the owner's name and number. So yeah, one leads on to the next. Anyway, guys, we're going to do a wrap up, and that will be it. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. We're going to get back out very soon. Again, as I said, dig some more bottles, check out that well and the other rock barrier, and go from there. So cheers, guys, happy hunting, and we'll see you next time.